This is my King's breakfast. Apple and yogurt again, 4 Nutella sandwiches, and a mug of coffee. The Nutella had kind of gone a bit hard because it's been so cold overnight. Oh well. Okay, I'm back on the bike. Feels good to be back cycling. Haven't done it in a few days now. It's cold, but I don't mind the cold as long as I have the right sort of layers on. And I'm wearing lots of clothes, so it's okay. But I'm gonna go into Gospich now and see if I can find some more clothes, just in case it doesn't get any hotter. I have managed to upload lots of videos because the hostel nearby in the restaurants, they have Wi-Fi and it appears to be open all day long. So I went in just now to upload the final video. There is a noticeable headwind. Going to the hostel just 15 minutes ago, I was flying down, and now going back the other way, and there's a real struggle. But it's not too far today, about maybe 50-60k. So we will be there mid to late afternoon, no problem. Going to a campsite, I think. I planned it a little while ago now, so I'm not really sure. Just cycled back past the campsite and I said bye to someone and he said bye back. And I feel a bit sad leaving because I made quite a few friends, had lots of nice conversations with people. I think in total 4 people, had some really good long chats with, including the guy I stayed at the cabin with, the one I had a beer with, the one I just said bye to, and someone else who was staying in a cabin near me. And yeah, the people there were so lovely. A real nice community. But anyway, on we go and see what it's like in this direction. 2 minutes coming out of Bashkortoshtaya and look at the view. That's mad. No such thing as cold. You're just inappropriately dressed. We have arrived in the lovely town of Gospich. Not sure whether it's run down or just a typical Croatian inland town. No, I'm not one to judge it. It looks nice. Right, I've just been shopping to Lidl and I've also popped into another supermarket store as I felt it would be better for clothing, blankets, headlights, that sort of thing. Fortunately, it didn't really have much in the way of that sort of stuff, but I did get a throw. Quite good. It was only £5. It doesn't take up too much space and it's very light, so I think that will be good in case it gets really cold at night time. I was actually completely fine last night. It was probably 2 degrees, but I felt completely fine because I had the hood of the sleeping bag wrapped around me and that really did well. But if it gets any colder, this will be really good. And I also bought all the standard things at Lidl: pasta, pesto, tin of sweet corn, chocolate cookies, chocolate bar, oats, banana, 2 Burex, croissant, and that's about it. So I am off now on my cycle ride. Oh, and how could I forget, I also got 2 packets of honey roasted cashews. They're my absolute favourite. I've only had them once before because they don't often sell them. I think I had them in Switzerland and oh, they are the best. So I'm really looking forward to having those again. Maybe you remember me having them last time and gassing them up. That's why I got 2 packets. Got a big downhill now. Wow, look at the views. That's amazing. So what one of my warm shower hosts was explaining to me was that in these areas you have a lot of big hills and mountains, but in between you just have these large areas of flat land, and it makes for really good cycling because it's either really flat or you can go over these stunning hills and mountains with a wonderful view on the other side. I would like to make an apology to people like Austin and James who have always said that Apple Maps is rubbish and Google Maps is far superior, and about 3 years later I agree. Apple Maps recommended this campsite. It looks like a lovely campsite, but it is currently closed as stated on Google Maps but not on Apple Maps. So Apple Maps can get in the bin. I might just delete the app, you know, and get used to Google Maps. So it is 3:30. I've just done a little bit of planning because obviously I was supposed to stay here but I can't anymore. I am going to cycle another 2 hours, so about 5:30 I will arrive at another campsite. It is near the river Una in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is where I was planning on heading probably tomorrow, but it looks like I'm going to be going there tonight now. I've got to cross the border, do about another 40k. It's been a long ride today, but it's all downhill, so I'm hoping it won't take too long. It's not the end of the world, it's okay. Just hope it doesn't get too dark or cold, or the roads look quite busy as well, so hopefully it'll be a nice ride, but I'm not sure. Anyway, better get going now before it gets too late. Bye. Some of you might be wondering why I haven't wild camped in a little while, and I'll just give you a few reasons. Now that I've come into countries which I am not quite as familiar with, I think it's best to stick to the guidelines a little bit more, be respectful of the rules, and it is completely illegal to wild camp in Croatia, and I assume Bosnia and Herzegovina as well, but don't quote me on that. So that's one reason. Oh, well, in fact that's two. One being I'm not entirely comfortable, second being it's illegal. Thirdly, campsites here are very good, and that's because they encourage you to go to campsites because it's illegal to wild camp. So they have all the facilities you need and they're just super convenient. And two more reasons. One is that they are very cheap, so they are no more than £10, or sometimes even free if they let you. So I stayed in 3 campsites in Croatia. I paid £20 for 3. And lastly, this applies mainly to Bosnia and Herzegovina, and if you are a close family member, maybe don't listen to this one. There are lots of landmines, and apparently there are signs warning you if there are landmines nearby, and that can obviously be quite devastating if one was to get blown up by a landmine. So I don't particularly want to do much wild camping in Bosnia because of landmines. I doubt there'll be many landmines in campsites. Okay, time for a little update. I've been gone maybe an hour and a bit since the campsite, and unfortunately the only route I could take is a busy main road. But having said that, the first section was quite scary because there were lots of cars, but only maybe about 10 passed me. But again, it wasn't nice. I went onto a track for a bit, and then I came back onto the main road, and 0 cars passed me for about 10-15 minutes. I was on the top of that hill over there, and I just was sailing down going 25 to 30 miles per hour with all of this view. I mean, it looked better on the top because you could just see the whole horizon of hills, and it was incredible. Scary at first because it was a busy, right, it looked like a busy road, but there weren't any cars and the views were incredible. So really pretty. I now need to go down there. I don't think it's too busy, but again, when cars go past, they do go fast. and then we'll go over to the border crossing. I'm absolutely knackered, but I'm almost there. I'm in the town of Biach, and the campsite's on the other side. I am in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I went through the border crossing, had no trouble there. It's a lot, I guess you could say poorer, noticeably. And there are loads of dogs. I'm not sure if they're stray, they might be. I was warned about stray dogs around here, and especially further south, but none of them have tried to attack me just yet. Okay, almost there. I may need to go to a cash point to get cash out. We've had an absolute nightmare. The campsite I've finally managed to reach is all just gated off. I don't know if it's permanently closed, temporarily closed, or what. So now Google Maps has let me down. I have just stopped outside a restaurant, just a little bit further than where the campsite is, and I filled up with water. So water is no issue. I have food, but the concern is just where to sleep. There's a national park in that direction, so I think I'm going to try and wild camp somewhere, which is funny and ironic because of what I was saying earlier on about wild camping. But oh well. So I'm going to try and find somewhere to wild camp. It's not ideal by any means, but that is the option we'll go for. I don't really know what's going to happen, but I better get going before it gets dark. It's 6 o'clock, so it'll be dark in an hour, and I don't particularly want to be finding a spot in the dark. So let's go. The other thing is, I've just had a message from Vodafone saying Bosnia and Herzegovina is a zone C country, which means, I don't really know, I don't understand the message, but I think I have to pay £6 a day for data, so I may not be able to use any data here. I looked on maps earlier to see if there was a campsite further on, and I couldn't find any, hence why I was gonna wild camp. But I've just seen a sign there which says camping 2.5 kilometers to the right, so I might go and have a look and see if that's anything. Who knows, but I think it's worth a try. Well, I just got chased by 3 dogs, one of whom I almost ran over, so I pretended to throw stones at them and they stopped running, so I heard that's a good trick. But yeah, it's not nice. There's just loads of dogs around, they just bark and chase you. Well, this is it. At least the gate's open, that's a first. It's probably going to be closed. Right, hello. It's a bit later. I am at the campsite which I was directed to by the signpost. I arrived probably 2 hours ago. The owner doesn't speak much English, so we had a bit of a problem communicating. I said that I didn't have any cash and he only wanted cash because the card machine wasn't working. So we both kind of stared at each other for a long time, and then another bike tourist from America joined me, and then we both just stared at him, and so he ended up phoning his son, and then his son has just arrived and we paid by card, so that's all sorted. But anyway, so yeah, I'm joined by an American bike tourist, again really similar to me, quite tall, as touring from Norway to Croatia, and we have just been chilling for the last 2 hours. I've made some dinner and I feel so much better after eating because it's been a really long day. I've done 120k and 1,000 meters of elevation gain, and I mean even now I'm waffling because I'm tired, but yeah, it's really nice just to chat to him, and it's kind of the first time that maybe the second time that I've shared some time with another bike tourist, so I'm really enjoying it. And tomorrow we're going to do the same route because I don't know what I'm doing and he has a route planned in the direction I'm going in. He needs to be in Split in 4 days time, so I'm gonna just basically tag along. So I'm excited for that, and super happy with this campsite. It's just a normal campsite, absolutely no one here apart from us two, which is really chill. Just really content with how it's gone, because as you could tell from my stress and angst, I was just really nervous about where I was going to stay the night, and I've ended up in a really good place with a really cool guy I'm with. So I'm very happy with that, and I've eaten. Yeah. So it has ended very well. That's so cool.
Wait, can he shoot?
Shoot what?
Can he shoot quills?
Quills?
The spikes, can he shoot them?
No.
No.
Okay. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Dude, I've never seen one of these.
Oh,
No, I'll go grab the light.
I got a torch, sorry. Oh, it's so cute.
It is so cute. He's probably terrified.
Probably.
I don't know about you, but I really want to touch him. How could you tell it was a hedgehog?